Okay, hi everyone. My name's Mike, also known as PurkisM. This is Iconoclasts. This is a Metroidvania style indie game made over 8 years by one man known as Sandberg, also known as Konjak. I'm going to be doing any percent no Airswim, which is basically like our no major glitches category. But I'll explain a bit more about that when we get to it. So if we're ready on the timer, I'll give you a quick countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is skip a couple of cutscenes, and then there's a few tricks like all back to back, so it's gonna be pretty quick. So the first thing I'm gonna do is a back boost. That's where we shoot behind us and turn around, and we carry that momentum. Then I'm gonna do a kill jump. Every time we kill an enemy, on like the same frame or like couple of frames after killing that enemy, we can do a jump. Yeah, so we use that quite a bit. Messed up a slight trick there, but it's all good. Right, now we're in the first boss. This is gonna be pretty easy. You're gonna stand behind him, just kind of DPS behind him here. Do a charge shot, and that's gonna skip his second phase. And then do a few shots just to make sure this last charge shot kills him. Oh, am I a bit quiet? I can turn it up. 1 second. Let me know if that's better. So anyway, the most important skip, bounceless, didn't get it. Yeah, so we're just kind of going through here. You see I'm just doing a lot of bat boosts. That's kind of like the bread and butter of the run. More kill boosts. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to our house and we're going to get our wrench. Because we're a mechanic, and mechanics tend to have wrenches. What time have I got here? Okay, 138 wrench. That's not the worst. It's not the best. Okay, so now we have the wrench. Now we can go through the next area. So this is Block Rock. More commonly known by the runners as Reset Rock, because it is a super tricky section to get right, because it's kind of like the tutorial, basically, for all the movement. And it kind of all just jams it in super quick, and it's super hard to get optimized. And it's like just a little tiny bit of RNG, not too much, but a little bit, just due to all these enemies here. They can all be, like, they're only kind of set spaces, but they like to move around. Like, that guy didn't give me a good position, so I had to do a slightly slower strat there. But, yeah, generally just going through, see, that is slightly unfortunate. So what I want to do is do a jump boost off here. That's actually, like, the fastest movement. So if you do a ground pound on the slope, you kind of speed up as you're going down the slope. There we go. Thrills, yeah. So yeah, like, we speed up going down the slope, and then if you jump off, you carry that momentum. And that's the quickest way of doing it, like the quickest way of moving. The second being like these charge shots. This is pretty tricky. Hopefully I get it, and I did. Nice. And I keep messing up. I'm meant to be jumping off the top of those ladders there as opposed to climbing up them to skip an animation or two. Now we're coming up to probably the first real kind of tricky skip. It's called Ween Skip, named after the guy who suggested it. Did I get it? I'm going to pause buffer, and you see that frame of animation? That means I can then hold right and do a ledge jump off of that. And that skips a whole puzzle. So we're going through now. And just back boosting. You notice I don't always, like, whenever I'm wrenching, you don't necessarily have to do the full animation. As soon as you hit wrench, that counts as like the wrench input. And you can just carry on from there. Just gonna go get a quick key here for a chest. There is crafting in this game. It's pretty small and diluted, but it is there, and that gets us tweaks. One of those tweaks, we'll see a bit later, is very, very important to the rest of the run. So what we're doing is we just need to pick up a few items. to make those tweaks. And now we have the ability to tweak. Just gonna speak to our brother Elro here. He is awful. Don't worry about him. We're not gonna see too much of him really. General story we don't see a lot of. But there is a story and it's very good. That was a failed bat boost. They always feel really bad to miss. You see that little meter? That is basically like the overheat meter. Like, you can't do another charge shot or any sort of shot until that meter is, you know, gone back down. So yeah, you just have to wait. There's nothing you can do to speed that timer up. This is Mina. She's our lovely pirate friend who smells. That is canon. That'll come into play. Not at all in its category, actually. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to do a bit of sneaking. A little bit of sneaking. And not get busted. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a shuffle. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so whenever we start, you can do it a little bit of a shuffle, because it seems to go off the sound effect. 5, 6. You notice we have to be really quiet, though. We don't really. It's just crawling. Okay, and now we're good. So now we're coming up to a cool little skip. The boss is to the right of us here, but we don't really want to fight him. You know, it's a speed run. We want to do it quick. So what we're going to do instead is get something called Infinite Wrench. Now you can see here we're kind of our animation's a little bit funky, and we don't really feel like talking to Mina, so we're just going to moonwalk out of that cutscene. And there we go. All good. Basically, Infinite Wrench, it messes with, like, basically taking control away from us, so it lets us keep control. So we can just walk out of that cutscene. And the trigger for the next area is, like, right on the other side. And the game doesn't really care if you've beaten the boss or not, so we just skip right on over it. Potential little skipping. Hey, there we go. That's a 1 second time save. Another kill shot right there. Here, I'm going to do a slight movement optimization. When I get up on that ledge, I actually turn around really quickly. So the kill stun, like the knockback, puts us further onto the ledge as opposed to knocking us off to it. And now for a fairly tricky room, for like no real reason, other than these guys just take... They have a little delay on their attack, so getting the timing down is just a little bit tricky. Ledge cancel there, into a fast crawl. Fast crawling is kind of tricky to pull off. It's a little bit frame perfect, but it's not too bad. Basically, the way you do it is you jump on like the same frame that you enter a crouch space, and it'll let you keep your regular speed as opposed to your crouching speed. So we use that wherever we can. You can't do it just while regular crouching, but any like space that forces you to crouch, it'll work there. Getting another chest. Let's put some more tweaks. We won't be making those in this level. We'll be making them in a different level. The next one. That's bad. So not too much to say in this area. It's just kind of really much tight movement. The real glitches and such, they come around a little bit later. That was bad. Don't worry about that. Another kill boost. Then do a quick kind of double jump. If you fire a charge shot downwards, it gives you a little bit more height. I think that's fairly intended. Like, there's some bits that you don't seem to be able to solve without it. Now I'm going to show off something called instant text. You see, like, all these text boxes are just going away super quickly. That's not because I'm mashing, like, super hard. That is because of instant text. And the way we do that is you press the confirm button and the wrench button, like, a frame after each other. And basically the game thinks that you're just mashing space constantly. Or confirm even. and because that's the button to skip text, it's basically giving you like frame perfect like text smashing. So I'd say we use that quite a bit. I'm actually still holding down the input for this little mini game because there's some text afterwards, and it's kind of tricky to get it. Obviously, like it's a frame perfect trick, so we can just keep it held down this whole like thing, and yeah, we'll still have it at the end. Thank you for the solution. I was gonna lie and say it was random, but no, that little puzzle, the solution's the same every time. It's not random, like I was gonna say to you. But now we got the bombs. This is a pretty useful item. We use this for some puzzles, and it's also good for like damage, really. Like I said, but we need it to get to the next area, so that's the main reason we've come up here. And that was a goof, but whatever. Is a small trick coming up. See if I can get it. I got it twice in practice. There we go. Hey. So we went from fast crawl straight to a walk. That's like the other way of getting fast crawl. It's similar to the gun boosts we were doing, but because we're on the ground, it's like frame perfect. There you go. So it's pretty tricky, but it's still quicker to try it twice than to do it the regular way. As you can see the speed that we carry just through that room. And now we're going to come up to the third boss. Did I shoot that too early? No, but I was just right. This third boss is Kabuka. And I forget where he lines up in the plot. Some sort of pirate thing. If someone in chat wants to remind me what Kabuka's for, then that'd be good. Okay, I think I've just about got this. There we go. So that's a small little puzzle skip. You see there's some blocks on the side over there that we're supposed to smash with the bomb shot, but we just kind of skip over that with that little puzzle skip there. And now this is Kabuka. Basically, he's really angry because Royal over here is a member of the One Concern who are like, say the bad guys, but basically just kind of like the government of this planet that we're on. And the pirates don't really like the One Concern so much. I probably should have remembered the story a lot more before this, but whatever. This phase is a little bit tricky. He's going to spawn super close, and where he needs to be is also going to be pretty close. So yeah, I missed it there. It's hard to, if he gets too close, he knocks Royal out the way. But we did good there. He knocks Royal out the way, and then you have to wait anyway. But now I'm hopefully going to 2-cycle this next phase. With a little bit of a glitch, I'm going to shoot a rocket and walk towards him, and that just for some reason does massive damage. We don't really know why, but yeah, he comes out, walk towards him, and there we go. 2 missile shots. You'll notice as well, like with the missiles, you can't use them from any range. They're like a long range only item. Like you see there, they kind of jump out a little bit and then do the full shot. Oh, I did not get the fast crawl there. It's fine. So now we just gotta go back the way we came. Because basically now we have Royal, he can open some doors that we couldn't previously open. Because it's all full of the One Concern magic. Not doing good with them ladders. That was bad. If you hit like an upward slope when you're trying to back boost, it doesn't work. But there we go. Carrying a ground pound boost over there. So what's happening here is Royal is like, oh look, I made a friend, so he wants to show off to his One Concern buddies. But we're actually kind of wanted right now, because being a mechanic is illegal in this world, for reasons unknown. So he's kind of paraded us into a One Concern camp, And yeah, they tried to capture us, but we're about to get away, fortunately. This fight's a bit of an auto-scroll at this point. We just have to wait for Tolo to throw a grenade at us, and then we just parry it back into a helicopter that has arms for some reason. If any of you know Portuguese, slight Easter egg in Tolo's name. Oh, I forgot to bully him. I'll bully him later. Yeah, so mark that in your Google Translate. But we're coming to the last phase now. And bully. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to a phase that we can actually speed up. So I'm going to get a health refill here. I'm going to shoot a bomb, which missed. And then I'm going to crouch. And then just spam him. And the reason I'm crouched is because the knockback is way less, so I can just fit way more shots in. So he's going to shoot some bombs at me now, that's what that audio cue means. But he should be dead pretty soon. There we go. Not my best fight, but that was pretty good. Now a little bit of a dream sequence. You'll get to see the instant text a bit more here. This cutscene is unskippable, unfortunately. But with instant text, if I got it... There we go, I got it. So with instant text, it just mashes straight through. Just to remind you all, there is a donation incentive to either hug your dad or not to hug your dad at the end of the game. So if anyone wants to decide that, feel free to donate any amount, because I'm pretty sure they're both sitting on 0 right now. But now we're in Aziligar. This is Mina's kind of like hometown. They're all pirate people who live underground. I didn't get my instant text there, but it's fine. So just gotta do a bit of story stuff. I guess now's a decent time to explain the no Airswim category and why it was kind of made. So basically, when this game first came out, like as the speedrun was developing, there was like one area that we did like a little out of bounds swim. It was kind of just under here to get a key a bit early. But obviously, you know, you find new glitches, you play around with them a bit, and people start to realize that they could skip a lot more than just getting this key. They could skip like a quarter of the game. And some people are like, not a huge fan of it, but whatever, we're still playing a decent chunk of the game. And then more stuff kept getting found, where it got to the point where you could beat the game in about half an hour, like 40 minutes. And a lot of people in the community didn't really like that. It wasn't really the run they got into, because it was basically get up to this point, and then just swim to the end. And people didn't really like that, so that's why this category was made for the people who want to play it in more like its intended manner, as opposed to just kind of cheesing the whole thing. Like, there's still tricks, there's still glitches. That was bad. Oh no, there we go. There's still, don't worry, there's still plenty of glitches coming up. But there isn't just one big glitch where we just kind of beat the game. So a small optimization there, go do a little puzzle skip here. There we go. Here. Health is pretty... Oh, come on. I'm gonna say health is a non-issue in this game, then I'm gonna die. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Generally, health is a non-issue in this game, unless you're bad, like me. Just there. Didn't mean to pause there. But it's fine, because I'm gonna get a chance to heal, like, really soon, so... Boost here. Okay, and now we need to get some keys. So we're gonna get this one first. Hopefully not get hit by those guys. That was close. I'm just gonna heal up here. Just for safety. Because I don't want to die, because that would be bad. Okay, quick puzzle skip here. There we go. That was super difficult. Apparently that's not intended. But it just seems too easy to not be intended. Just, whoop, there we go. There we go, a little fast scroll into there. That was pretty smooth. So, like I say, generally this category is pretty much like 90% intended gameplay, but we're gonna do some funky stuff in a little bit. I always forget I'm not meant to boost there. But you know, it's fine. Okay, this bit's a little tricky. So I'm gonna jump here, shoot that up there. Oop, nope, shoot that down here. Hopefully I not goof this. Ah, of course I goofed it. It's fine. There we go. Okay, so this is a little secret area. We're going in here to get Dodger. Now, Dodger is super important. It is possibly the most broken tweak in the game as far as like speedrun's concerned. It's also the only thing that gives us any form of like invincibility frames apart from like damage boosting. This is technically a trick, being able to craft unsaved statues. You basically just kind of have to like hold fire, press the weapon swap, and then you're good to go. Let's see, and I goofed that, of course I did. Should be fine now. There we go. Yeah, that was actually left in by a developer. He's been super supportive of the speedrun community as a whole. Like a lot of skips we found, he has patched kind of. He's just made them like a little bit harder to do, and it's kind of really appreciated by us because there's not even that many runners of this game. So the fact that he's intentionally left in game breaking stuff is very nice of him to do. So in this section, what else are we doing in this section? We are getting some Trinikeys. We need that to open up a door a bit later, so that's generally what this little quest line is. Cool little zip here, which is nice, just coming from a Mega Man run. There we go. Basically what happens there is when you do the... I'll do this trick first, because this one's pretty tricky. And then I'll explain what happens there. I want him a bit more over. There we go. Okay. There it is. Alright, fish jump. So that is 2 consecutive kill boosts, one after the other. Previously thought to be a New Game Plus only trick. Sean PR, who's the best runner of this game, he found 2 methods to do it on a regular New Game file. So we use that. We use that to save a key, because we were meant to have wasted a key. Well, not wasted, used a key to get into here. But as you see, we still have it, so that's going to come into play later. And that's the last of the chests. We've got everything that we need to... Oops, there we go. We got everything that we need to finish the game now. Like none of the tweaks are compulsory. Like they're all optional, but for the run, we definitely want at least Dodger, but the next tweak we're getting is just a bit of an added bonus. So this is like the first real RNG in the run. These guys are a bit of a nightmare. Their movement pattern is not completely random, but fairly random. They can go into any one of these little, I think they're called toolboxes by the game, but we've always just called them the robots. Hey Risky, what's up? Yeah, they can go into like any one of them little green toolboxes. So we just kind of have to work around that. I always forget this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we're gonna make our final tweak. And equip it. Not pause. Too many pauses. Okay. Yeah, so that is Fleetfoot. That increases our movement speed just a little bit. But first, before I talk about that, a second. I would have got him as well. Yeah, I just didn't hold the charge shot long enough. And I just shot a useless bomb when I wanted a missile. As you can see, they can fly into. You think they'd fly into the closest one, but they don't. They just fly into whichever one they feel like. But we've got them all now. So we're gonna come into here, shoot that. This is where dodge is gonna come into handy quite a bit. I'm a little bit behind cycle, but it's fine. But you can see that I can just jump through these things as opposed to like having to wait. What am I doing? Need to get rid of it. There we go. Alright, so this is kind of cool if I do it right. There we go. That's I don't even call that a skip, but it's kind of like just a kind of optimization. Basically, you can use the wrench to cancel out that ground pound animation. So we do that just to get us a bit of extra time to get a shot off before that kind of green thing, whatever you call it. I don't know. I can't think right now. Little green thing. Is that your strat, Risky? It's a good strat. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So this is Inti. This is the Azulagar defense system, but it's been taken over. Those attacks are random. But yeah, it's been taken over by, you see that little pink thing on its forehead? That means that it's under like the one concern control, because those are the one concerns controllers. And they're pretty bad. So now we have to blow up our own defense system. So after that phase, just have to DPS. Basically just trying to shoot this thing without taking too many hits. It'll be over pretty soon if I don't get hit. There we go, that was pretty good. Now we're coming up to, we're gonna meet White again, who's another one concerned member. He's one of the agents. And I wonder if I might try and get a cool thing to show off. Nah, suck it. You can goof this cutscene out a little bit, but it's like, I'll try for it once, but. So, little puzzle skip there. Instead of doing the stuff we're meant to do, just kind of shoot a rocket onto that thing. And now we're in a little bit of an auto-scroller. I'm just gonna, sorry if you can just hear my keys clacking away. I'm basically just mashing. Don't tell them about White Skip, Risky. In the next room, there may or may not be a boss skip. I'm actually gonna intentionally lose Fleetfoot here, because my setup doesn't really work with Fleetfoot. So we'll see, there's a skip coming up. It's absolutely 100% frame perfect. If I leave this room on a particular frame, it will skip this next boss fight. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, way too early. Way too early. I panicked. There's no White Skip. I lied. No, there is. Yeah, it's like, that was way too early. It is the worst skip ever. It's like there's no reliable setup whatsoever. We've not been able to find one. Like Risky, who's in the chat right now, he would grind it for hours and hours, and he'd think you'd find a setup, and he'd get it like 3 times in a row, and then proceed to not get it for like another hour or so, or any runs. But it's fine. Yeah, I remember watching your white skip streams. It was... Okay, so we've beaten this, so I'm gonna go this way. So now we've fixed Inti. What that did was that moved where this is like a little underwater base. So they moved it because the one concern got into it, obviously because, you know, White was there. But there's still a few White concern, not White concern, one concern. One concern members. They're still hanging about, and we don't want them here. So we're gonna get rid of them. So that guy was nice. I meant one concern, Risky. Okay, I might get lucky here. I didn't get lucky. There's 2 guys in this room. You're not gonna see them, but you can get them with 1 rocket shot. But it's just kind of random. Like, you don't know where they're gonna be. So we're just gonna clear them out. It's basically the strat is guys without shields, shoot a rocket at them. Guys with shields, ground pound, wash, rinse, repeat. Like the enemies are always in the same place. Well, say the same place after explaining that last stream. There's always the same enemies in the same room. Their placement and their behavior is a little random. This guy is not being very nice right now. There we go. Okay, that's that section done. So now we have the electric wrench. That is 100% necessary to beat the game. In any category. But especially in standard any percent. But yeah, this category not so much because it's pretty much intended anyway, but... I basically only like one... There's 2 compulsory items to beat the final boss, and it's like some form of electric wrench and a gun. So the game gives you a gun to start with. So all else you need is an electric wrench. So any percent would literally just get a gun, get an electric wrench, and then go straight to the final boss. But obviously this is a little bit different. Hopefully I get instant text. I didn't. Just mash. I think I'll split here. Why not? Okay, but now we've done that, are you ready for some skips? So now I am. Okay, so this is called Twin Peaks. No, it's not. See, because I messed it up. And again. Come on. There we go. So that's called a quantum leap. Basically, the game just gets a little bit confused about your position when you dodge roll through one of those types of transitions. So that's let us keep some keys that we're meant to use. So we're meant to only have, well, no keys coming to this point. I am just going to safety save here because I don't want to goof this next bit. So we're not meant to have any keys coming up to this point. But we actually have 2. And then we're going to do something else that's a little bit cool. Found by myself before I even ran this category. So we did one quantum leap. We're gonna do another one. But we're gonna do it into the fast travel. Now we're not going to unlock this for like another 10 minutes or something like that, and it's actually going to let us skip not one but 2 boss fights. So that's pretty nice. But there is a small chance of soft locking when I get to the next bit. So hopefully I don't. If not, I made a safety save. It's all good. Don't go up. Okay, then I'm going to jump. There we go. That charge shot is actually important. If you don't do that charge shot, you will soft lock. Because the room below you just isn't loaded during that cutscene, because you're not meant to be there. So you just fall forever. And, yeah, you can't progress. Yeah, just some nice little puzzle skips here. Just again, making use of the, mainly just like the double jump. And I'm going to do a quick ground pound boost here. Hopefully get the good cycle in this room. Oops. Bonk my head, why not? Okay, so I'm actually just going to wait here a second. Okay, now I can fight the boss. If I didn't wait for that little plume of smoke at the end there, that would have been a soft lock. This game doesn't like it when you skip bosses. Sometimes it can be beneficial, other times it can soft lock on the next boss. Oh, come on. I got the worst pan. This boss is completely RNG. And completely unskippable. Oh my god. Like, you need to beat this boss to get into the next area. I'm having the worst time right now. Give me a good attack. Okay, I got a decent end there. We're not done yet. The second phase. Drink of water. There we go, because this is total cheese. You can just fire him to basically block his projectiles. Now we're just going to try and do this as quickly as possible. And just kind of time it so that when Elro throws his sword at the machine, we're pretty much jumping into it like straight afterwards. I think it's here. So you can see there, a shot actually got off there, but it's totally okay. Now we're coming with the tower. Basically, again, Royal didn't learn from last time. He's still trying to show us off to his friends. And he takes us straight into their base. And they're like, hold on, we want to capture these guys. We don't really like them very much. So they put us in jail again. And my down's not working for some reason. There we go. So Dodger is super important for this section as well. Not only for the quantum leaps, and I just lost Dodger, but it's fine because I'm going to get it back. Okay, quick skip here. There we go. So we carry that speed all the way over. That lets us get over, basically lets us make that jump. That guy, there we go, and we'll get Dodger back. So we've had all of our weapons taken off us. So that's why I'm not really back boosting anywhere, otherwise I would be. Basically I'm not back boosting because I can't, because I don't have the gun. Skipping 1, skipping 2, nice. So dodge is just really good for quick movement, just kind of getting around people. Now we're going to do some skips. If I can get it, there we go. So normally we shouldn't be able to get through that, but with Dodger we can basically jump, but with a crouching hitbox. So that lets us get through some kind of like one tile gaps. We're going to do that to get a key again, oddly enough. You notice I have 3 keys now. I'm actually going to pick up some more keys later. But it's not going to look like I've picked up any more keys. Basically, the developer just didn't intend for you to get any more than 3 keys. So he didn't put any sprites in for any more keys. But they are there. This little Easter egg. There we go. He knew it was going to get broken. Nice little skip coming up here. There we go, you can just ground pound through those. They don't look like you should be able to ground pound them, but you can. So quick charge. And just heading through. This is all, like, I guess fairly intended. We shouldn't be in this part of the tower like this early. It's basically a maze, and it's completely awful for casual players. My casual playthrough was here for a long time, but now we just kind of rinse through it because we have the extra keys. So now we have our gun back, which is pretty handy because we need it. So now that we have that, we're gonna go get another upgrade, as actually the last wrench upgrade that we're gonna get. Even though we only just got the last one, just the way the game's paced. We're not getting the next gun for a bit though. So we gotta go through here again, unfortunately. It is a Metroidvania, so it is to be expected that you might backtrack. Did I forget a key, or am I good? Oh, rubbish, I forgot a key. I'll get it. I have to get it now. Whoops. This is going great. I forgot to do something. It's not too much time lost because I have to get back in this lift anyway. I just have to go visit a floor that I wasn't intending to. Okay, I'm gonna go for the yeet here. And I cut it, nice. There's something like way off screen that you need to shoot at, so normally you'd get close so you can actually see it. But just kind of go for a Hail Mary. And it worked out, so that was nice. Let's not have another key. But like I say, it's fine because we had to go here anyway. So I didn't lose too much time. And I'm gonna go get this key. And I'm gonna use our dodge roll to get in this gap. And just kind of plowing through. You're not supposed to be able to do like left side and then right side. That's the wrong floor. Yeah, you're meant to be kind of going all over the place and just getting super lost. So I'm gonna hit that and then also hit this with the same charge. Cause why not? And then I want to get another key. Cause we like having keys. Can I actually get it? No, I didn't get the fast scroll. I might get the fast scroll here though. And I didn't. That's good. So we're just gonna use Dodger instead, because that is faster than just regular crawling. And that's a boss. This is the Silver Watchman. Now, we're supposed to have fought him already, but you know how we do. We skipped him. But we're actually not technically gonna skip him, because you'll see in a second as I get to the, I think it's the 3rd floor. Just here. There you go. I get a load of tweak. Basically that's the game like, oh, you've not beaten him yet? Oh, we'll just beat him for you, like right now. So technically we beat him. So yeah, we're pretty much done with tower now. I just need to go free my friends who don't like me at all. I've got the nice super bounce there. But yeah, freedom, so they like me now. And now we're gonna leave. There's another frame perfect boss skip here. Maybe I'll get it. I got. Holy shit! Sorry. Sorry. That is like so hard to get. Yeah, so that's Watchmen 3 skip. It's just a frame perfect. Just hit the thing. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, that like never happens. I don't think any of the world record runs happen. Okay, and that is tower. So now we're coming up to Dark Cave. Basically left the tower, got a bit dumped, so now we're kind of over here. You notice we can't really see. You're supposed to use your wrench to light up the room, but we can kind of just navigate it with kind of some well-timed, not really well-timed dodge rolls, just some dodge rolls. Okay, now we're going to do another skip. This is called bat jump. So we do a kill boost into a charge shot, and that lets us get up here, completely skipping like the first floor. And now we're going to fight a boss. So hopefully I get this first quick cycle. It can be a little tricky. Okay, there we go. You notice what that last wrench lets us do? It basically, it can add a charge to like our projectiles. So hopefully it doesn't jump. Oh, he jumps, that's the worst. I'm just gonna spam it. Okay, I lost a lot of time there. Well, not a lot, like maybe 10 seconds. Oh, it sure is a thing. Where do I need to go? Here. Yeah, this is a possessed thunk, so you'd recognize it if I fought the first boss. But we didn't. But that's basically the first boss, who is now possessed by the blue goop. Hopefully I don't goof this. It didn't. Nice. If I fall down, I have to do the dark cave jump again. And that's a little bit slow, so naturally we don't want to do that. Oops. Okay, now we're on the Darlant Ascent. You can see, working against the wind just a little bit, so movement is pretty slow. In this part, just gonna do a slight puzzle skip here. We can actually use that extra momentum that the wind gives us, make that jump over there to get a key. But now it's just kind of regular intended going over here. So get that over here. And then down here. So you notice we've got some spare keys. We're gonna use one here. Basically there's a room to the right that is super slow. You basically have to like lure an enemy to follow you down this kind of big, tall room, and yeah, super slow. So we're not fans of that, so we skip that. And that's gonna be one of the keys that we use. Oops. There we go. We're gonna use the other one later. You're not gonna see the other one get used for quite a bit. So again, just trying to fight against this wind. We're coming to the end of it now. And if I'm not bad, there we go. I won't lose this momentum. And I didn't, so that's good. Okay, quick little puzzle skip here. Go there. Shoot a bomb upwards, and there we go. That just skips having to like grab a box and basically do the same thing. So that's just like a small optimization. You might be wondering why I didn't just use the key I had already for this room. Basically, there's a longer puzzle that we're gonna skip with our extra key. So we just get this one, because it's not too long out the way, and we actually, like, we almost skip too much, because some of the easier keys to get that don't really cost time, we just don't even see. Now we have a lovely auto-scroller. It's 2 minutes of nothing I can really do to speed it up. I don't know if there's any donations or anything, if anyone's reading those out. Now would be a perfect time. If anyone wants to hug your dad or not. Here I literally just need to spam the shoot button. Am I gonna get squished? No, because it just takes control away from me. So it's literally just an auto scroller. There's not a lot to say. Basically, I have to constantly be shooting bombs down here. Otherwise, the Omega controller, which is the name of that thing, will hit me. I do really like this texture effect that he's got going on. I think he mentioned that, like, he's not just changing the texture, he's actually, like, made this room 4 times with each texture. Or something to that effect. The dev would have to weigh in on that. That guy hopefully drops down. So I'm gonna wait here. This is one bit I can kind of speed up. And I goofed it. Nice. So this next section will start as soon as you get on top. So you want to get on top, like ASAP. We're not done with the auto scroller yet. Still a little bit to go. I'm gonna make sure I don't soft lock here, because I did get a soft lock this morning. It's a pretty bad time to soft lock an hour into the run. Unfortunately, not the last auto-scroller either. There's like a couple of actual auto-scrollers and a couple of fights that may as well be auto scrollers. Okay, didn't softlock. We're all good. So I'm gonna try and get a one-hit kill on this boss, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna charge up my wrench. I'm gonna wait till I get to the other side again. I'm gonna go as far out as possible. Oh, come on, that's not even close. Don't die. And that'll get him. There we go. You can make that in one shot. I got pretty unlucky there. But now we're gonna go over here. Speak to Royal. He's gonna be like, hey, I wanna... He still wants to, like, show us off to his friends for whatever reason. He must really like us. But he basically goes in to say, like, oh yeah, I'll be out in a second. That was a goof. And then he never comes out. So we just think, sack it, let's leave. Doesn't matter. So that's what we're doing. We're leaving. And here I'm gonna do a charge shot, get me right on top of here. Save me just a little bit of time. And now we're gonna meet our good old friend. That was actually Mina. No idea where she got the puffy jacket from, being a pirate, but hey ho. So into the fast travel. Now, like, this is intended to go to the fast travel. This is basically where the game's like, okay, you've got the world now. Go explore it a bit. So that's what we're gonna do. We need to go find Dr. Gustavo. And he's gonna tell us where to find someone who knows how to get into that one concern base. So that's what we're doing now. This is the only real time we, like, properly revisit an area. Everywhere else, you don't even need to bother with. So there we go. There was Gustavo. Gosh, this game has like a really good story. Unfortunately, you're not going to see a lot of it. But the game is on sale right now on Steam. I think it's like 40% off. So definitely recommend it for that price. I mean, for any price. Like, I paid full price, obviously, but... Okay, so now Gustavo's told us where Ash is, and conveniently, he was right next to us, pretty much. Now I just need to concentrate a sec here. Okay, one phase. Too close. Okay, hopefully I get a 3 cycle. Okay, 3 cycles fine. You can get that in 2, obviously. But I goofed the second one. I just got a little bit too close to him. But it's not the end of the world. It can get way worse than that. So 3 is actually pretty good. At least for me. Yeah, that's fine. So unfortunately we just have to do all these puzzles again. Because, you know, Metroidvania. Fortunately the enemies aren't here this time though, so none of that happening. But we get to do this cool thing again. Hey, look at that, snazzy. That's the best time to do that. Okay, so now we're actually getting into the one concern. There was a very nice and cute cutscene there, but like I want PB pace right now, so we're not gonna watch it. Sorry. If you play the game, you can watch that cutscene. Oh, that was bad. I didn't want to do that. It's fine. Let's go back up chat. You can either do what I just did there, or you can kill boost off that guy on the floor. Either or. Okay, just wait here a second. So that's actually technically a skip. You can only do that with Fleetfoot. Just quickly, this puzzle here is why we have the extra key. It is a super not good puzzle. It just takes a while. Hopefully I don't mess up this room. And I didn't, that's good. That room is super easy to mess up if you just don't quite have your timing right. But fortunately I didn't. Oh, come on, man. Fortunately, we can kill those guys with just a charge shot. And a dodger through here. I'm actually going to dodge through this one for whatever reason. I probably shouldn't have. And kill that one. For no real reason other than that's what I felt like doing. And now we're going to go through a pretty trash room. I thought I could make that. Okay, so now we have the Usurper. So you meant to actually use the Usurper to solve that puzzle. But obviously with Dodger, we can just go straight through it. So that's it for upgrades now. What the Usurper does differently is it's one of the more powerful shots in the game. And its charge shot will also let you swap places with things. So we're going to use that for a couple of puzzles and maybe a boss skip or two. You know, we'll see how it feels. We're going to go downstairs now. Because like here's supposed to be locked up by the Usurper. But obviously, like we could have got down here before, but it would have been of no benefit because we do need the gun for the game. Get up here. Oh, apparently not. I'll just use the Usurper. There we go. See what a snazzy thing. That can happen. Like I'm actually aiming up, but sometimes it just doesn't like it. Just doesn't let me. Ugh. And that was me swapping places with something when I went to charge backwards. So let's skip here, and then lost all that time. Fantastic. Okay, now this room is going to be interesting. Because I'm pretty bad at messing this room up. But we'll see how it goes. We're gonna throw this... Not like that. Maybe I can get this like this. Hey, there we go. Nice little zip. And that just skips having to like climb up all the stairs again. It's actually a pretty substantial time save. Let's dodge through both of those. And now we're coming up to literally the easiest boss in the entire game. So this is a super difficult strat that required a load of RNG manipulation. It actually didn't. You literally just crouch and fire the bombs. And basically the way it works is the bombs kind of are able to roll behind a shield. So what you're meant to do is use the usurper to swap behind him and kind of bomb him from the back. But instead we can just kind of make him constantly hit them damage planes. Here, like, this is kind of like sludgy sort of liquid. I mean, it's technically ivory, but because we've not really been watching cutscenes, we don't really know what ivory is. Ivory is like the energy source of this planet, and it's running out. That's like the main plot, is the world's power source is running out. And we'll find out what the One Concern plans to do about it a bit later. But it's not very beneficial to the rest of the inhabitants, I'll tell you that much. Okay, little puzzle skip coming up here. If I can get it. There we go. Doesn't seem like a puzzle skip, but it actually is. Okay. Just missed it. There we go. So that was nice. You notice I'm fairly low on health right now. I'm not actually going to bother recharging before this boss. One, because there's nowhere to do it. And you'll see why in a second. So this is Black, and she always does this attack. It's the first attack. Takes you down to like 1% health. So we have to basically get some health, which spawns for us every phase. There's always health. And every now and again, she's just going to do that attack. Like that. So health isn't, like, obviously health is important, but it's not super important. Because she's just going to get rid of it anyway. Like that. So we're nearly done. Gonna get a bit more health. It is very rude. I'm actually just gonna wrench her now. There we go. Split. Wait, no, I wasn't supposed to split. Undo. I forget this isn't the end of it. Yeah, Black absolutely hates you. That's kind of her plot line. Basically, your brother killed her girlfriend. So, because you're related to her brother, obviously, or related to your brother, I mean, she didn't like you. Not a big fan. Those guys are so annoying. So we've come here to get Elro, because Elro is crying. Oh, as if I missed that. Yeah, Elro is crying like the big crybaby that he is. So we just come and get him. We're like, no, come on. We're going to City 1. We're going to speak to Mother, who's like the head honcho. And that's what we're going to do now. Look, I'm getting the thing, dude. There we go. Hey. So we're over to City 1. This is like the big city, the utopia of this planet, so to speak. This is where everyone wants to live. Because nothing happens here. There's something called penance, which basically means, like, if you are believed to have sinned, then you'll be killed and destroyed, or whatever. Your house will be ruined. But there's no penance in City 1. Because the one concern are in contact with the Starworm, which is who they believe is their god. We're going to prove them wrong in a little bit, but yeah, the story is a bit tricky to explain. Also, I don't quite remember all of it. Are you sugaring me? It's fine, not that so much time lost. Didn't lose too much time. Really, I shouldn't have run out of charge, but I wrenched a bit too much. I also notice I'm usually like jump before going on a ladder. That's basically trying to skip the get on the ladder animation. So basically jump, hold down, and then drop down from the ladder, and that will skip the grab animation. Alright, so I promised you another auto-scroller. Here it is, in the form of a big old cat. This is Mother. This boss fight, there's only one attack you can damage her during, and it's this one. So do that. Come on. There we go. Get her out of a thing. Hit with the wrench to get some more tweak, but that's about it, really. That was bad. We don't really want that to happen, but basically that tail attack just wastes time. But we have to hit her 4 times. We can't speed her up, and we can only hit her during that one attack. Really do some help. Hey, I got some health. That was nice of me. I didn't want to go behind her. That just wasted time again. go. Alright, 2 more attacks to go. This is the worst attack. You just let that one hit you. Because it's way quicker than countering that attack. Oops. You made a good one. Oh, come on. You don't normally get that one twice. Especially in one phase. But hopefully she does the face thing so I can attack her. 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay, low in health. Should hopefully be okay. So she does the phase thing in like the next attack or so. Okay, I'm actually gonna counter this, but you can see why this is so slow. And like just letting it hit you is quicker. 2, 3. Okay, we're good. Got a little bit worried there, but we're fine. That's Mother defeated. Oop, and a puss is too soon. I got like a minute. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the Bastion. Not that other game, something else. Okay, this room is a little bit tricky. I'm gonna... Okay, that was pretty bad. I kinda got it, and then proceeded to not have it. So I did that gun boost at the start to basically avoid aggroing the purple guy, because the purple guy is the worst. And I kind of got it. Unfortunately, the first guy, he threw a bomb that hit me and knocked me off my little wrench thing. But we got through. That wasn't too bad. We've still got the gauntlet to come up, so we'll see how that goes. We have to go in that room to trigger this next cutscene. Otherwise, we can't do any more of the game. But I'll come to the I don't know what we officially call this, city escape, I guess. Not the Sonic thing. This is full of those little annoying things. I'm gonna hit this one, jump over that one, maybe, or not. Well, this is just gonna be rubbish. 1, 2, 3. Go. I don't have any dodges, so I'm just going to tank a lot of these. Normally you just dodge through them, but also shooting them with the usurper, that's giving me some tweak. And then I lost it immediately. Nice. We're nearly done with this section anyway, so it's fine. So I'm just gonna damage tank that one, and now we're done, so it's no biggie. Losing a little bit of time here, but I thought it would be. Alright, over to One Concern East. Where I immediately goofed. I'm just gonna quickly heal up. Because this next section, it's not awful, but skip too soon. So now we're actually gonna get to play as Mina. We should have got to play as her before. but obviously we skip that. You know, she has this cool kind of Mega Man sort of slide. That's actually her quicker way of movement. So we're going to use that wherever we can. Obviously not through the fire. Okay. And now a 1 minute 45 second auto-scroller. Again, literally nothing I can do to speed this up. It's probably worth noting that I am playing on standard difficulty. And there's absolutely no real reason for that other than it's just what everyone runs on. The developers actually added a relaxed mode to the game. And it's the same as standard, but you have infinite health and you can't die. So a much safer run overall. But yeah, like most of the runs for this category are just done on standard. Again, just because like the relaxed mode wasn't available when the game first came out. Relaxed mode came with like the Switch release, and this isn't the most popular game for runs, unfortunately, even though I quite like it. But yeah, just gotta go through. But I mentioned relaxed mode because in that mode you can literally just damage tank the whole way through this, and it's a nice little break. But we're coming to the end now. So I'm just gonna avoid these things. It's not too important that I avoid them. Health-wise, because I'm going to get a health refill. The main reason I want to skip them is because I don't want to get knocked off. Okay, we're fine. So, basically, like, if you get trapped between a platform and the wall, you get shut up, and then, like, zipped, and then you have to do the whole section again. This bus... Okay, so yeah, that's the best way of doing damage to her. Wait till she's not on fire. And then you shoot her into this electricity. It's like here, I'm gonna wait till she lands, and then there we go. So that's actually pretty good. And then, like, you can chip away at her, but the main way of dealing damage to it is knocking her into the electricity. So hopefully she comes over soon. She should go. There we go. That was actually a really good fight. But it's completely random, so what attack she does, so you just kind of have to react to it. But I got pretty lucky there. She did a lot of quick attacks, so. And then I'm just gonna Mega Man slide right out of there. And then hopefully, nah, I missed it. It's fine. You can do a similar thing to what I did before in Tower, like holding, like carrying the speed over to the cutscene. Slight little, again, apparently unintended skip. There's like a whole puzzle in here, but you can literally just do that. I'm only doing those levers just to get a bit of tweak back. Just because I need some tweak to dodge through that gap. Otherwise, I actually have to do a puzzle. Here, pretty self-explanatory. I'm just doing the puzzle. I'm actually gonna waste my thing and slow ride here, just because those are pretty like difficult to avoid if you're moving quickly, because you can't shoot while you're in this mode. I'm just gonna charge up fast. Hopefully I didn't get the bug where this puzzle doesn't actually get solved. And I didn't, so that's nice. Alright, so another boss skip coming up. Remember to change guns. I'm gonna swap with that guy. And basically the way this game works is if you like leave a screen, then it I don't quite know how it works, but basically the screen transitions basically count that area as being done. So if you leave the screen while the boss is in there, it reloads it and the boss is gone. Unfortunately, because of that, I have to do a save and quit. Otherwise, I would softlock at the end of this very long and boring fight. This is how fast we move. This is Elro. And he is absolutely awful. I mean, I guess it's a nice break for my hands, but yeah, it's just a kind of long, slow section. And I don't think I made it in time for that. I didn't. You can damage boost off that thing. But because I kind of bonked those boxes a little bit before, I didn't make it in time. So again, just walking through. I get like this bit, like he's trying to set an atmosphere up, which is great for the casual game. Not so much for the speed run. Hopefully this hits me. There we go. So this is a damage boost. Same as before, but with Elro, it's just way better. You get way more speed. And now we're going to fight Lawrence. So he can do a bunch of attacks. Sorry for the frame drops there. Don't know what happened there. And that was bad. Yeah, so I have to hit him 7 times now. Then I can damage boost for 5 of them. Unfortunately, it takes less hits for him to kill us than it does for us to kill him. So we can't damage boost on all of them, but we can on half of them. So we're just gonna do that. Unfortunately, I parried just a little bit too late on the one I got hit on. Also, his attacks start getting quicker towards the end. So now I'm going to start damage boosting. I'm going to do 1, and I'm going to do 1 without damage boosting. And now I should be good to damage boost for the rest of them. So you can see it's just way quicker. This is also another boss that's quicker and relaxed mode, because obviously we don't have our own health to worry about, but literally, like, no one has done a run on relaxed yet. Okay, no! Oh. Sorry, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is a huge, huge time loss. Ugh, you know, it's fine. You all like this boss, right? Save. Okay, gonna just get a couple more in the bank before I start damage boosting. Now I should be absolutely fine. He gave me a pretty bad attack at the end of the last phase. It's a really slow attack. And I didn't get a lot of speed off it either. So, okay, we're fine now. So, one more hit and he's done. There we go. I don't know how much time I lost there, because I forget where I meant to split. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of the game now. Should have done this first. Go. So I'm going to cheese this fight just a little bit. So we're going to use our charged bombs, and they act the same as wrenching those particular things. Now let's just kind of skip all the way through that. We are almost there. Yes, we are, Royal. Okay, so now we're fighting Black. Again. This time, she's not gonna do us for almost all of our health. But she can regenerate this time. But basically my strategy for this fight is just a couple of shots, dodge, couple of shots, dodge, and just wash, rinse, repeat. And you can only attack her now. But yeah, like, she can't really... It's a pretty easy fight. Unless she does that attack. And now she's constantly doing that attack. But I think we're coming up to the last phase now. She's gonna throw up. No, she's not. She's gonna throw up on this phase. Okay, and we can attack her now. Just gonna wrench her for a bit. Okay. So that's Black Phase 2, technically. Now, have you ever had a really bad headache? Because this is Black with a really bad headache. This boss is a little bit auto-scrolling. There's 3 purple things that you have to shoot. Oops. That was bad. 2 of them you can only hit when she does certain attacks. 1 you can hit all the time. Unfortunately, that one's going to go away soon. Right now. Maybe you're going to give me health. Okay, I goofed that a little bit. But she's being very nice with the patterns she's giving us, so hopefully she gives us a nice one here. And again. Nope. I should get it this time. Okay. Just please don't die. There we go. Okay, we're fine now. I shouldn't die in this next phase. That was a little sloppy. Just gonna have to play this a little safe now. Hopefully, one of these. Where's it put me? Oh, Jesus. Okay, about that estimate. Oh, this is going so well as well. Like, that's the first time I've ever died to that phase. Oh no, it definitely won't be an hour over. Like, this is like the second to last fight, so... Oh, that was the last phase. Oops. I'm not even... Ah, it's so throwing me off. Okay, hey, you remember this phase? You ever had a really bad headache? So we can actually hit 2 there. Unfortunately, my gun overheated just a little bit. So there, you'll notice when she bangs her head, it's the second one that stuns you. So you basically just want to make sure that you avoid that second one. Okay. I'd like never die there. Okay, yeah, look, that's how it should have gone. I should have had plenty of health. So here, I just kind of have to like do some diagonal shots, and then as soon as she gets within range, just try and spam a few more. And Hail Mary. There we go. I can see all my time saved just gone. This would have been a PB. Had I not had 2 deaths. I had 2 deaths. Oh, yeah. But now we're in space. Basically, Royal wants to speak to the Starworm, and he wants to know why Starworm's trying to destroy the planet. Cause that's yeah, we're in space now. We got to space. Yeah, so Starworm's trying to destroy their home planet. Cause they've used up all the no, there is a reason for him to be in space. Basically, Starworm lives in space, and the planet they live on is running dry of resources, and Starworm's angry about it. So, the One Concern built a base on the moon, because they believe that they're better than everyone and want to start a new community with only like the elites in, basically. So that's why they're in space. It's not completely out of the question. It's also a world where like a 16, 17-year-old girl can like fireman lift a guy above his head and jump with him. Robin is hella strong. Also, I hope you didn't like Royal, because we're getting rid of him. Basically, those doors only open to people with ivory in the blood, which Royal has, but we don't. So it's meant to be like a whole thing, like really like, ooh, do I want to... I don't want to kill Royal, but we don't care. We just want to beat the game. I didn't quite get the goods thing. It's fine now. Okay, second to last area. It's what we call the gauntlet. We basically just have to fight. It's pretty much like every type of enemy, and some new ones. These guys we haven't seen before. Very annoying. So there's 4 levels to this, and yeah, we just have to kind of go through them. Pretty standard. We need the usurper for this section, because it's the only way to get this blue goop off them. Gonna get that health. Because health is pretty useful. Could have done with some of that before. I died twice. Well, you know, that's marathon luck, I guess. Okay, here I'm actually going to do a little bit of strats. That's it, that's the tiny bit of strats. It didn't even work out that well. Got that guy. Got that guy. Definitely getting that health. Okay, and the last one is actually a skip I can do here. So let me see if I can get it. Hey, I got it. Okay, so that basically worked like the zip in Aziligar, which I didn't really explain. So basically we go into that with like a crouching hitbox, but then the game stands us up to give us a standing hitbox, basically. And because that standing hitbox puts us into some geometry, it zips us up, because that's just how the game reacts. And now, not quite the final boss, close to the final boss. Gonna try and do a glitch here. See how it goes. This is another infinite wrench glitch. And I got it, nice. So this lets us spin the wrench, well, infinitely, again. But instead of like skipping a boss fight, we're gonna use it to fight the boss. And need to get it again, this is the most important one to get it on. And I missed it. So now we have to do it slow. So if I got it, just imagine this going up, like, really quickly. Like, without any breaks. I mean, it's fine. This run is not good. Okay, one more phase. I don't know if anyone's donated a Hug Your Dad, not Hug Your Dad incentive. So, chat, if you want to pick which one, then I will do that one. But get your votes in soon, because it's coming up. We're going Hug. On instant text, there we go. I see one vote for Hug. You literally got about 10 seconds. Alright, I guess we're hugging. Hugging is the fastest strat. PTK, you don't have to hug. Hugging is quicker. Because it saves an animation here. And the what was I saying? There's a phase in the next fight that is quicker. You're thinking of any % relaxed, where it is necessary to hug your dad, but that's because we don't have the bomb gun, so we can't do it any other way. Okay, and two. Please stop dying. It's fine because it's a checkpoint at the next fight, so it doesn't matter too much. We're very close. We're very close. Sorry again to the organizers. So I'm gonna play this pretty safe, because I am very low on health. And I got the worst attack. Oh, okay. Hey, you know, 3 deaths, whatever. Also, the final boss is a giant bird. But now I get to actually do the cool strat. So, wrenching is the most effective. But a combination of shooting and wrenching is even more effective. Okay, here's why we hug the dad. We kind of got it. You can get all of these blocks away. But if you don't hug your dad, then they become bomb blocks. And they're a little bit slower to get rid of. And this is also like the worst attack. But we're there. We're there. We're at the end. There is one more input to this run. So while I'm here, I want to give a few shoutouts. Robopox, he found quite a few tricks that we use. Riddleth also found some tricks. Risky, just for being a good runner. And the main man, Sean PR, dominated like every category in this game. He's made a very good guide for this category in particular. 1 second. Time is time. Yes, Sean, definitely check Sean out. If you go onto the speedrun.com page, look in the guides, there's a very good guide for this category. He explains everything super well. Oh, hey Sean. I'm so glad you tuned into this. This was very bad. Right, I'm not going to take up much more time. We have a Discord. Again, you can find it on the speedrun.com page for Iconoclasts. If you liked what you saw and want to see it done a lot better, check me out ESA in February. And that's me done. Thank you very much for watching.
Alright, thank you very much for the run.
Thank you, sorry.
Up next, we have Final Fantasy V from Kamaru, the closer of the marathon. So, see you soon.